But when you talk about helping people ethically, are there still these issues going on when people are trying to, make a better life and come to somewhere like Canada? On.
Right. Well, the answer is yes, there is. The reason I'm having a hesitation is where do I start? Um,
Mm,
Almost in every aspect of the immigration space there's a level of neither a miscommunication or not a truthful understanding down to just straight up not being honest. So it just depends on how we look at it. So are we talking about the individual who's being convinced by someone else that they have a chance and to give them money and then nothing ever happens? Or are we talking about the way that immigration professionals and lawyers sometimes do consultations without providing the whole truth and just kind of stopping it at halfway sometimes just for the sake of money? Are you eligible to apply? Yeah, sure, you're eligible to apply. You could be an 80-year-old, 300-pound, barely walk and be apply to become a police officer. The question is will you actually become a police officer? And there's an ethical aspect in terms of advice given. There's also the expectation. So when I give advice, we try to determine a 3 or 4 year window because that's how long it really takes. And that's assuming it doesn't change, right? And for those who are in the immigration space, they know it changes very frequently, and we're seeing a ton now. Over a 4 or 5 year period, you could pretty much count, you could bet on the fact that there will be a change, especially in some areas in immigration. So to answer your question, Robin, it's a huge area, and even like job expectations, right? People believe that, oh, I'll come to Canada, I'll get a job, I'll be able to make a lot of money. I could take loans out, I won't have a problem, I could pay it off. Canadian dollar is very good versus our dollar. And then they realize the cost of living is really high, and so there is a communication issue as well, and expectation. So as you can see, there is, no matter how we look at it, sometimes it's directed. It's called deception, like a purposeful, and sometimes it isn't. Sometimes it's not meant to be, but we're branding ourselves as something that's probably not entirely true all the time. So, there's a lot to tackle, but with nowadays with technology, with people in the space, with how much data we have and everything that's going on, I see why we can't create a better environment